I give you a pretty doggone good grade, because what you did is point out the thing. They don't care about the law. Some border guy says, I don't care what a judge says. Well, when you don't care what a judge says, then you blow the whole gasket. So I'll give you very, very high marks for that and putting that front and center. The truth of the matter is what the Democratic Party should be about. And when I watched those clips, it reminded me what it needs to be about. And that is, we're the party for the people that are trying to make it, and they're the party for the people that have it made. And when you have that dichotomy, everything flows from that. All right. So you're right. The image of the party is low. I don't have a good image of the Democratic Party. You know why? We lost. Political parties exist for one reason, and that is to win elections. When they lose elections, people lose faith in them. And I further take all of the people that are calling the charge of the Light Brigade. If you embrace the language of the identity left, if you said, Joe Biden, we have the duty to be behind Joe Biden no matter what, and then you said we can't have a contested primary under any cost, then I'm sorry, you have a hat trick of being wrong. Why don't you take a breather, reevaluate your position, and then come back in the game with something different? But most of these people, go ahead.
So my guy's got some numbers. Put up that number that shows who Democrats are saying represents what they're about right now. And I think it's a diagram of the problem, James, not the solution. Right. AOC gets the highest number. I mean, do they want to lose elections forever, except if they're held on Twitter? I mean, who on that list do you see going out and beating anybody on a national level? I mean, obviously, Obama can't run. That's not fair.
I gave you a high grade for your intro. I'm going to give you a really low grade here. This is just name. If the fact that 10% say OC, well, 90% didn't. And, you know, if I do, who you think should be the Democratic nominee, Joe Biden, Franklin Roosevelt, or somebody else, Franklin Roosevelt's going to get 12% because they just heard of it. All right. And you're right. The party is in the wilderness, and it will only come out, and it will, when it becomes an effective and smart opposition party, not a bunch of hoo-ha's, screaming and yelling, do something, I don't care what. And that's just going to take time. I am not overly concerned. Let's remind everybody, this is March of an odd number year. When we win in Virginia, if we win in Wisconsin, the image of the party is going to go up 5 points. If we win in Virginia, the image of the party is going to go up another 5 points. If we win in 2026, the image of the party is going to go high. But people want their party to win. That's the most important thing. And that's the thing we can never lose sight of. And the way to win last time was to reject the language of identity left, was to have an open, contested primary where people could see the marvelous talent that exists in the party. People decided that that wasn't the way to go, and we're paying the price for that, plain and simple.
James, I accept my grade, but I will give you additional facts. First of all, I don't think it's just a name identity or recognition poll. I don't think that's what it was. But I'll tell you what concerns me. I will spare you, and I know you'll reject this, but you need to know because the media and the whole cycle works off of social media now. And I know that's wrong, and I know it's disconnected from the reality of this country, but that's where we are in the business. My podcast with you, you would not believe how many people said that you and I, James Carville and a Cuomo, don't get what being a Democrat is about. That I don't know when Carville was a Democrat, but in the modern era, this is, I mean, it's scary to me because they don't even know what made them great anymore. They don't even get it, James. They should be listening to everything they say. They should be tattooing your head on their arms.
You know, there's an expression in the river parish where I grew up, says, I ain't studying about none of this. I don't pay attention to these people. And all they do is talk about how old I am and how there's the wave of the future. I would give anything if one of these people ever beat a Republican. When anybody on the identity left or anybody that's coming in with all of these grand, do me a favor, beat a Republican, and then I will have respect for you. Do what Ruben Gallego did. Do what Jackie Rosen did. Do what Tammy Baldwin did. Do what Alyssa Slotkin did. Try beating a Republican, not beating some guy in the Bronx that, that's 75-year-old Democrat and think you did something. And I see these people coming up and I notice, and they're calling for action immediately. And I look up the partisan lean of their district, and it's plus D27. Well, if all you care about is your plus D27 district, and by the way, you can't beat a Republican anywhere. If that's what a political party exists for, not to go around claiming moral superiority, it exists to win elections, and they need to get that through their thick, stupid skull.
Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.